time. Join me.
Hi, this is Simon and welcome to another Marvelous Videos. One of the most dangerous forces within the realm of the DC multiverse, Trigon is a being so evil that he can probably harm a puppy who is staring at him with its big wide eyes. He probably felt nothing when Tony Stark died in Avengers Endgame. You get where we are going with this. Of course, DC has other tremendously evil villains like Lex Luthor and the Joker, but they mostly have set motives or are insane. Trigon is different in the sense that he was born evil. While evil does plague the hearts of the Joker and Luthor, Trigon is someone who is the literal physical manifestation of the concept of evil. In today's video, we will get down to the little details of what leads to someone being born evil and the impact it has on them, their abilities, and of course, their physical bodies. Before getting into the content, we would like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to our channel, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to get notified when we upload new content. We'll be grateful to you, and of course, we hope to bring you the best nerdy content. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
With this, you have the power to rule the world.
Is Trigon Satan or not? It is evident that Satan has served as a prominent inspiration to DC in their creation of Trigon. He has a devilish look, a red and black color scheme, and an unimaginably evil identity to prove it. He may be satanic in nature, but he is far from being Satan himself. In fact, he's not even a demon. He has no connection to the likes of hell, heaven, or earthly regions. Instead, Trigon acts as a vessel that contains a massive concentration of evil and devilish desires stemming from parallel universes. And those universes are just like any other universe in DC or Marvel. That is, they are places with planets with life forms of various kinds. It makes sense as to why people would equate Trigon with Satan, because that's how he was referred to on Earth. He was worshipped by what seemed to be very similar to satanic cults and referred to as the Dark Lord. However, Trigon's goals seem to be far different compared to that of Satan, considering Trigon is focused on conquering and destroying the world using his physical forces. Can he reproduce? As a character who very evidently is the biological father of one of the Teen Titans, Raven, we know that Trigon can reproduce. He has actually spent a great deal of his energy in impregnating women, although he did not do it out of love or the desire to father many children and take care of them. He wanted to spread his evil across the multiverse, and having his personal demon spawns who would do his bidding seemed to be the most convenient method to achieve his goals. Trigon had the power to summon women from different parts of the multiverse. He would then mate with them and then bear his offspring. Of course, the situation was never as smooth as it sounds right now, but we'll get into that in a bit. Trigon has always had sons, with each of them depicting one of the 7 deadly sins. For example, Jared, Jesse, and Jacob possessed wrath, envy, and lust, respectively. Trigon would send his sons to create an impact on planets with their damage and open portals to his own realm. However, the success of the sons led to them betraying their father for these selfish reasons. You'd expect he would be angered by their betrayal, but Trigon felt nothing but pride for the evil values displayed by his children. Now let's talk about Earth and the entire ordeal that led to him becoming the father of Raven. For this, we need to bring a woman named Angela Roth into the foray. Angela Roth had a far from ideal childhood. Her father was a religious fanatic and she grew up under immense pressure from a restrictive and conservative family. But the conservatism was not even the worst part. It was the constant physical and mental abuse her family subjected her to that finally got to her one day. At the age of 17, Angela Roth fled from her house, and considering how her parents never cared enough to treat her well, they did not care that she was gone. Although she fled from a fanatically religious family, Angela's issue was less with religion and more with her family in particular, so when she stumbled upon a church, she felt quite welcome there. What she did not know was that this church had a sinister motive. Originally a demonic cult masquerading as a place of worshipping God, the cult wished to bring the devil on Earth. This is also why some readers may confuse Trigon to be the manifestation of Satan. Angela became a member of the cult when being oblivious to its agenda, and she was chosen as the final sacrifice to bring back the devil. The man Angela met, however, was not an evil entity. He was a handsome, loving, and caring man, the man of her dreams with whom she spent the best time of her life, the one who made her nothing but happy as they got married and lived in a different dimension. What followed next was something that she would never assumed even in her worst nightmares. Her loving and handsome husband finally showed his true form. As Angela saw the face of Trigon for the first time, he assaulted her relentlessly as she bore his seed and discarded her back to Earth. Although pregnant with a child who would grow up to be Raven, Angela tried to commit suicide. Ultimately, she was saved by a messenger from Azarath, a dimension and a pacifist society dedicated to peace and 100% against violence. Angela was brought to Azarath and renamed to be Arella, or the Messenger Angel. She began to live her life in Azarath, and Raven was soon born. Of course, Trigon tried to come for her, but Raven only left the place when she willingly fled to Earth after feeling Trigon's power at the age of 18. She was also Trigon's first daughter, his greatest creation, and his worst enemy.
That's my girl.
Can he control the mind? Trigon can very much take possession of the mind. In fact, we see its impacts in the 22nd issue of the 2011 Teen Titans comics. Trigon had used his powers to take control of all the superpowered members of the Teen Titans, namely Superboy, Wonder Kid, Kid Flash, Solstice, and Bunker. They were made to attack Red Robin, Raven, and Beast Boy as they began destroying everything in their wake. This was very exciting to Trigon, who was delighted to have vessels of such power to do his evil bidding. That was what made Earth such a fascinating place to him. It took great collaborative work on the end of Red Robin and Beast Boy to bring down Trigon, of course temporarily, to rid the Titans of the villain's influence. When they regained their original state of mind, they confessed to not having any memory following their possession. Can he summon anyone from the worlds? Considering his deal has been summoning women from other worlds to make him bear his seed, we can safely say that Trigon can summon others from other worlds. He had acquired his powers from the Divine, who are a trinity of beings in the universe. The Divine had attempted to eradicate evil from the multiverse. However, the evil was concentrated and absorbed by an existing evil being, who then rose as the all-powerful Trigon. This boost in his stats allowed him to summon shadows, darkness, and dark energy. He then proceeded to summon women from all over to make him bear his children, but due to his immense powers, many of them could not bear the burden and died during their pregnancies. The 3 sons that he did have were never good enough, which is why Raven is considered to be his greatest creation. How does he become Trigon? Angela Roth fled to Azarath because it depicted everything Trigon was not. In fact, Azarath and Trigon were polar opposites. But there's a reason behind that, because the pacifist society is indirectly responsible for the creation of Trigon. To be rid of all things evil in the pacifist dimensions of Azarath, the pacifist sect used their magic to rid themselves of whatever evil they had within themselves as human beings. This dark and evil energy was then cast outside Azarath to make the dimension as peaceful as possible. However, this brought the issue where their evil energy got dispersed into the nether realms because they were only cast outside. They were never destroyed. The evil drifted for years and years until it took a physical form. It found its home in an alien world where it impregnated a woman. The offspring born from the seed of the manifestation of evil was Trigon. You could say he took after his father. Trigon was naturally born evil. He killed the entire cult that had created him while being an infant. Boasting incredible powers from a very young age, Trigon conquered and destroyed his home planet at the age of 6, and he conquered his entire universe by the age of 30. No matter what he did, he was never satiated. He lusted after conquering and destroying worlds. He craved destruction and power. He was the embodiment of evil. With nothing to satisfy him, Trigon left his home world to spread his massacre across other worlds and realms, giving him grander goals to achieve, considering the vast expanse of the multiverse. Meanwhile, in a separate universe, the Divine Trinity were attempting to eradicate evil as a concept. They noticed how evil always found its way back because it was always a choice that someone chose. It was never a cause, but a result of lacking empathy. However, evil also had a tangible form, which meant that one could get rid of it. For this, They had an item known as the Heart of Darkness. They headed to one of the worlds in Chaos, where they had previously liberated. However, the world had been contaminated at present by a being who was not one of the inhabitants. They tried to have a dialogue with this being and his two subordinates, but of course, this being, with his infested viral and concentrated evil, turned the situation to his own advantage. He was soon subjected to the Heart of Darkness by the Divine. This heart contained the concentrated evil from hundreds of galaxies, and it fed on its victim's soul to destroy it. This led to the death of the evil man's subordinates, but the man himself continued to withstand its powers. Not only did this man resist the powers of the Heart of Darkness, but it also consumed all the evil within, leading him to become severely more evil and with powers beyond measure, giving rise to Trigon. Trigon soon went on to reveal that the Divine had played into his hands because he went to them intentionally for this very result. His appearance had changed as well, giving rise to his larger body in terms of both height and muscle mass. His face boasted 3 pairs of eyes that gleamed yellow while his skin turned red. His hair was black and he had demonic antlers like Satan. In fact, this satanic design was chosen for him because he was created to be the manifestation of evil. Far worse than he used to be, Trigon went on to destroy the Divine as he wore their skins and soon began to hop across universes to conquer, destroy, and spread his evil.
Your allies can stop me now that I'm here. The Justice League, defenders of this...
How powerful is Trigon? With his new powers, Trigon had enormous strength, way beyond superhuman speed, reflexes, and durability. He could even teleport, perform feats like flight, telekinesis, and telepathy, and control minds. Trigon had an invulnerable body and the ability to cast illusions. He could materialize, control, manipulate, and summon matter and energies on a molecular level. He could use this ability on himself as well, making him a shapeshifter and explaining how he turned his demonic appearance into that of a handsome man when he seduced Raven's mother. Trigon could also generate and manipulate abnormal amounts of thermal energy. All in all, he proved himself to be on par, if not stronger than Superman or Darkseid. The Monitor even exclaimed how he was neck to neck with the Spectre. When it comes to weaponry, Trigon had his Power Staff, which contained 4 of his evil powers. Since the staff was a concentrated device, it made harnessing the evil power easier for Trigon, making him more effective as an opponent and in battle. The staff also depicted different levels of power, which were used by Trigon depending on how much power he needed or wished to exert. Once he destroyed a planet with his death stare, another time he resurrected a fallen angel called Zariel. Is he immortal? It would be funny if a man who was not afraid of the presence and the phantom stranger were to be mortal, unless the man was Batman himself. This meant that this true superpower was patience and consistency, because honestly speaking, doing something for a few days at a stretch can be quite annoying. Trigon had been at it for billions of years.
What a wonderful gift, daughter.
Marvelous verdict. Most videos tend to talk about heroes and villains who were the victims of poor father figures. What makes this video different is how Trigon is not the one with the problem. He is the problem. He is the poor father figure and he is the daddy issue. That makes him cool from an objective point of view because he's not a product of his circumstances. He creates the circumstances and then he makes the products do his bidding. With that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think of Trigon? Did you enjoy the video? If yes, then hey, don't forget to like it and comment on the video. Till then, goodbye and have a great one.